Hey, I want to share with you guys my LinkedIn journey. I was at the beginning of my consultancy, I found myself struggling for referrals. I mean, I had some great clients, but it was just for me, just twiddling my thumbs and just waiting for referrals was really a hard thing. And I decided to take less of a passive approach in engaging with potential leads, but into more of an active approach. So I decided to go into LinkedIn. LinkedIn is really awesome in the sense that it's disrupting the Chamber of Commerce and the networking groups and all these type of things because you don't have to join a club or pay your dues, but you can go directly to the people that you want to connect with. But it means that you actually have to optimize your profile. And so that's a whole art and science in doing that, where you can actually position yourself and brand yourself in a way where people want to connect with you. And then what happened then is I started engaging in online community, started commenting on the specific people that I wanted to engage with. I posted videos, shared content, added value into the LinkedIn local community. I started putting a lot of blogs out there. And what happened after a while, I was able to slowly take some of these conversations and engagement into an offline one-on-one conversation. But it took me a lot of time. It's like 2 to 3 hours a day. I'm writing this content, I'm typing these things, I'm engaging people. And after a while, for 3 months into that, I was just getting tired of doing that. It was very mundane, and it was to source that, to mine out, and to actually curate those conversations was very tiring. But it was successful. I got like 20 to 30 per month engaging that in regards to how many people I was able to have a coffee with and just talk and stir up conversation. Because ideally, when you're doing any type of sales or biz dev or any opportunities, you just have to talk to a lot of people. And so what I found was that just that alone, I was converting about maybe 20%, 25%, which is average. If you imagine 20 out of 30 and you're converting that, it was increasing my business and I was going well, but it was just very tiring to actually do that mining process and sourcing process. And so what happened is I started to using a LinkedIn lead generation service. Not many people like to talk about it, but I want to share it. It's transformed my business as a whole in doing consultancy, because what ended up happening is that I was engaged with $1,000 package, which is basically $1,000 package that was a monthly retainer. It guaranteed that they're going to talk to 1,000 profiles of the target ideal client. It was going to visit them. It's going to actually connect with them. And they're going to actually give them the first note, personal message, say their first name and their company name, really personalize it and say hello. And give them a nice little clean link to maybe a nice article or a video. And what happened is that, can you imagine talking to 1,000 people saying hello? Well, what they came to agreement was that they're going to actually say that they're going to guarantee 20% of them are actually going to add you. That's like a click per ad kind of thing, where typically in LinkedIn, they charge you like $7 per click. Well, literally, when someone clicks and adds you and they see your profile, that's like driving people to your brand, to your exposure, to your content. That's worth like $7 per click in a sense. If you imagine out of the 1,000 conversations, you get 20% of them, that's like 200 times $7 per click per ad kind of thing. That's like $1,400 of value, but I was only paying $1,000. Well, what happened there is my brand, my exposure, my connection, and specifically to the targeted niche of leaders was actually being touched. I was meeting with CEOs, CMOs, CFOs, all the things that, all the people that I wanted to engage in conversations to the services that I provide. And it really, at the end of the day, I found that it was just a numbers game. I was able to convert about 25%, but what happened is I started with 1,000, guaranteed 10 plus appointments from that. I did 2,000, which guaranteed 20 plus appointments. 33,000, which is guaranteed 30 plus points. So it's just math, right? Well, the thing is, I wasn't spending 2 or 3 hours a day to actually get those referrals. Now, it was just automated in that process. So that saved me time to actually engage more, sitting down and waiting for them to come to me to actually do more time in prospecting and selling versus having to actually always source and mine out those opportunities. And as a consultant, one of the things I was doing is I was always also flying out and doing lots of work outside of Kansas City. But what I found was that because I was doing search targeted entries into a certain location, it allowed me to do my business here locally. And so if you imagine, I doubled down and I did 10,000 conversations. And that basically came to the point where I was getting about 100 appointments guaranteed. Now, because I was involved in that process, I was partnering with, when people do respond, I would actually text them back as well and lead them to my booking appointment. I got up to 20 to 30% higher conversion rate. And so what really it did is it transformed my business. I started growing, close to 200 to 400% each year in regards to my engagement with my clients. You do the math. If you do 25% of 100 people that you meet, that's powerful. And so that really transformed my business. That's how I actually do it. That's my secret. But yeah, if you guys are interested in engaging and wanting to know more about this, I'd love to have a conversation with you. All right, take care. Bye-bye.